a very warm and festive welcome to Borders Rugby TV. This afternoon you join us here at Netherdale for the annual Boxing Day fixture between Gala and Melrose. Now these two teams have been fighting out the Waverley Cup since 2006 and the stats for it are 6 wins to Gala, 8 to Melrose, 1 draw and 3 cancellations. Not only are they playing for the Waverley Cup this afternoon, but it's also doubling up as a Border League fixture, with Gala faring slightly better than Melrose in this, getting 8 points from 3 games, whereas Melrose are yet to get on the scoreboard. Now let's join our commentator Bruce Millar, who's joined by our resident refereeing expert Iain Hurd.
So in the front row for the home side, Gavin Fisher, Gavin Eason and Kyle Scott. Second row pairing of Robbie Irvine and Glenn McCrum, and in the back row Captain Angus Dunn is alongside Jamie Bell and Fraser Wilson. Half back for Gala, Eddie Eyre is partnered with Harris Rutherford, currently plying his trade with San Diego in the MLR across here in his off season. Exciting to see how he's developed over there. In the centres for Gala, John Turnbull is alongside Callum Pate, and at the back three of Gregor Collins, Ben Gillen, Murray Wilson. There's just about as many people on the bench as there are on the starting side for Gala, so we will just do our best to keep up with names and number changes and bring them to you as the game goes on. For Melrose, on the front row, Will Ferry, Logan Kirk and Zen Jivijak. Angus Weir is with the captain, Angus Runciman in the second row, and Jack Wilkes, Alan Ferry and Elliot Ruthven in the back row. Jimmy Cool partners Luke Townsend at half back. Struan Hutchison was originally named on the bench. He comes into the starting side alongside Connor Spence. And in the back three, Matty Bertram on the left wing, Hamish Weir on the right, with Corey Goldsborough at fullback. And Harris Rutherford, we mentioned already, is the man who will get the match underway. So a blast in the whistle of Stephen Turnbull gets the 2024 Waverley Cup match started. Harris Rutherford sends the ball long into the Melrose 22, and that ball just gets thumped, well, almost out, but it's been kept in by Gala. Hit hard by Melrose defence just on the Melrose 10 metre line, so Gala keeping it tight for now through the forwards. But isolated there, Angus Dunn. The support get there in time. Eddie Eyre sweeps the ball off to Harris Rutherford. Then Robbie Irvine cuts back inside. Slow ball here for Gala. Rutherford in behind Murray Wilson. Melrose defence swarming all over the Gala attackers. There is Jamie Bell wearing the number 7 jersey. Rutherford again. That's slick handling by Gala. John Turnbull slips his way out of a tackle. Still on that Melrose 10 metre line. Gala keeping a hold of possession. Now there's some space out there for Angus Dunn. Just a tap tackle by Connor Spence. That was important by the Melrose outside centre. Had to be made, but Gala now up on the fringes of the 22. Harris Rutherford puts that ball in behind. Picked up by Connor Spence. So that's 2 important interventions by Spence, the Melrose outside centre, that tap tackle, and then back tidying up for his side. And Alan Ferry, blindside flanker for Melrose, takes the ball into contact. Melrose happy to play inside their own 22. That's been snapped up though by Gala illegally.
No, ball was still in at the point he came over.
A frenetic open. Gala initially struggling to make any ground, keeping a hold of possession on the 10 metre line, but suddenly racing away up into the 22, denied though by good Melrose defence.
Yeah, some really good play there by Gala. They kept a hold of the ball. A couple of times they got isolated, but somebody was in there quick to secure ball. Then they just managed to get a bit of a mismatch. John Turnbull went on the outside of his opposite, of the player opposite him, made a bit of a break, and then they recycled ball quickly, floated pass out to Angus Dunn, and bar a little bit of a tap tackle, he was close.
The first line out of the day, untidy, but it does come back on the Melrose side. That's Melrose with their first attacking opportunity. That's good. Offload by Zorzak. Goes loose. It's been hacked off by Struan Hutchison. There must have been a knock on in there somewhat. There was indeed, so it'll be a Gala scrum.
Yeah, good bit of play there. There was a Melrose player took that in and just got his hands free. Chance for Alan Ferry there to go, and just unfortunately dropped it because it takes a bit of stopping. So he was gone. He was in open space. So it's been a frenetic start with some good running rugby already, and it's hopefully we can continue this.
So it will be Eddie Eyre to feed a Gala scrum. 4 of the Gala backs off to the left, and that's the way Gala go with Harris Rutherford. And then out to Callum Pate. Takes play up to the Melrose 10 metre line over on that far side of the pitch as we look beyond the pitch to the Eildon's. Got to be one of the most scenic grounds, not much used to you listening on the radio, but in Scottish rugby, that's a big hit on the captain Angus Dunn. Solid Melrose defence. And then Gavin Fisher angling in back towards the breakdown. The Gala loose head prop. Gala looking secure in possession in the opening stages of this Waverley Cup match. It's the hooker. Eason now makes good ground with the carry up towards the 22 again. Eddie Eyre, quick ball out to Rutherford. In behind to Callum Pate. Stabs that ball through. Corey Goldsborough looking for a kind bounce, doesn't get it, goes into touch about 5 or 6 metres from the Melrose line.
Yeah, some good play there by Gala. They've got these 2 lines of attack where they throw a couple of forwards up just in front and then throw the ball out the back. Then Harris saw the gap in behind. There's a couple of times they've burst the tackle. Jack Eason there basically ran through a tackle, and it's given them that good go forward ball, quick ball, and it looks like the ball's been put in the touch by Melrose. It's a Gala throw 5 metres for the line, so gives them a good opportunity to try and win ball and either drive it over or get somebody in a strike run from 10.
It's an even better outcome than I thought. I didn't realise it had been touched by a Melrose player. So Gala just on the 5 metre line. It's a good throw to the front of the line out. The maul well set here for Gala. Now they're starting to inch forward. Forced to play away though. It's a loose pass as John Turnbull had to turn round to take that. Does well to get his side back on the front foot. Round the corner comes Kyle Scott, the tight head prop, but again the penalty going the way of Melrose. That's 2 attacks Gala have had in the 22 on both occasions. Melrose winning the penalty. Yeah, good solid defence there by Melrose. A really good chop tackle to begin with, and the Gala inside clear just wasn't there. Arriving Melrose player got straight on ball, and Kyle Scott didn't have an awful lot of option there just to hang on. But yeah, good rugby again by Gala. Just unfortunate off the back of that line out that the pass to John Turnbull didn't go to hand. It sort of stutters the attack a little bit. They've got to rethink, and unfortunately they got isolated there and turned the ball over. Well, it's been an all action opening 5 minutes in this one at Netherdale, but it's still Gala 0, Melrose 0. This Boxing Day clash. And it's Melrose to throw into the line out through Logan Kirk, and that's the second throw that has not gone where it was intended, but fortuitously for Melrose comes back on their side. And switch of play by Jimmy Cool out to the right. Slow ball again here for Melrose. Look like they're shaping up perhaps for the kick. Jimmy Cool threads the ball back through the legs of the forwards and dinks that one over the top, but perhaps a little too far. Easy here for Gala as Rutherford weighs out the options. He had players out to his right, but opts to put boot to ball, taken by Corey Goldsborough, the Melrose fullback. The Gala players were never on side, so it's a penalty to Melrose. Quick tap just on the Gala side of halfway. Away goes Corey Goldsborough, gets the ball back in field to Struan Hutchison, but I think they'd already put a foot in touch. However, Gala not back 10. So Melrose now with a penalty about 25 metres out from the Gala line.
Yeah, it's a poor penalty really. It wasn't the greatest of kicks by Harris Rutherford right down Goldsborough's throat, which didn't help too much. I mean, Harris does a really good job of that on a regular basis, getting the 50-22s, and then there's just too many Gala players in front. Obviously Goldsborough getting the ball and start to attack, puts them on the back foot straight away, and then Jack Wilkes, Jimmy Cool, the Melrose 9 took it quickly, and Gala were never back 10.
Well, Melrose need their line out to function here. Logan Kirk, that's a better throw by the hooker, taken down into the hands of Elliot Ruthven, the number 8. And Melrose Melrose still driving forward. I can't see the ball in there. Well, it has been turned over now because that doesn't come back out as the maul goes to deck and taken in by Melrose. Gala scrum.
Yeah, the ball popped up in there a little bit there just now. I think not sure which of the Gala players got his hands in the ball, which meant there was little or no chance it was coming back on the Melrose side after that.
So good defence, because that originally it looked well set. That's the third line out by Melrose. It's the first one that's really functioned as it was intended, and a great attacking opportunity comes to naught. So Gala denied twice in the 22. This time Melrose denied with their first real opportunity of the game. So Gala's right, and they're back divisional, standing in the in-goal area.
Bind.
Eventually we'll get this ball into the scrum. Eddie Eyre waiting on Stephen Turnbull getting it set. Now the pressure does come on from Melrose, so it is played away quickly. Out it goes to the centres. Then John Turnbull doesn't make much ground, but goes back to Rutherford. Catches that one nicely. Not sure that one will go out. Whipped across to Goldsborough, already looked dangerous with ball in hand. Heads across to the far side, looking for space, almost through, but taken down. An important tackle by Callum Pate. Melrose now up into the 22, looking to keep the pace high here. Back to the captain, Angus Runciman. Out to, is that Goldsborough again? Looking a little isolated. In goes Will Ferry to secure possession. And wild pass by Angus Weir, playing it scrum half. Struan Hutchison throws a nice pass out over on the far side. Melrose right flank. Still inside the 22. Ball pulled back by Alan Ferry. Sound Gala defence for now, but finding themselves under pressure for the first time in this game as Alan Ferry tries to weave his way through close to the breakdown. Quicker ball for Jimmy Cool. Out it comes. It's a nice line by Corey Goldsborough. Ball lost though in the tackle. And Gala with an advantage. The referee says none coming, so we'll have another scrum, but Melrose going through the phases. Gala holding firm.
Yeah, some nice little bits of play by Melrose there. You know, when Goldsborough in the initial break just was tackled and no more, there was quick ball. Cool was quick to realise that there was a little gap in behind. Gala hadn't got their defence set quite right behind the ruck, and he made another 3 or 4 metres, and then unfortunately it came out towards the stand side, and it was pretty much all forwards, so it broke down a little bit. But you know, they kept hold of the ball well until they just tried to throw that one extra pass there, where it would have been better just to take contact, hit the deck and recycle and go again.
So the scrum again taking a while to set. Corey Goldsborough has certainly been impressive in the 15 jersey for Melrose so far. Norris Rutherford has looked good for Gala. They picked from the scrum out to Eddie Eyre, who tried to clear, didn't catch that one nicely at all. That just comes straight off the side of the boot into touch, so Melrose line out about 12 or 15 metres out from the line. I think there'll be all sorts of changes later on because we're going to have to share jerseys and all sorts, but so we'll do our best to keep up with that. The Melrose line out secure again. That's a good strong run by Elliot Ruthven, the number 8 from the line outside down though, and then side entry, so another penalty. So both sides having opportunities inside the 22, but for now the defence is on top when we get into the red zone.
Yeah, good defence here. It was a really good line that came from Elliot Ruthven off the line out there. Caused a lot of problems. Unfortunately for him though, his supporting player was just overran it, came in for the side. Not the type of penalty gets picked up too often by the referees because they're usually looking at defence, but well done to Stephen Turnbull for that one there. It's, you know, it does have a big effect because the defender has done the positive work there to get in the position to win the ball, and then the attacker comes in from the side, and you know, he should be penalised more often.
Neeson the man to throw in just right down in front of our commentary position. Stolen at the front of the line out though by Melrose. So the visitors, having been under the cosh a little in the opening 5 to 10 minutes, just gradually winning back the momentum in this game. It's a low pass from Cool, but it's taken well. And Stuart Hutchison hammered as they tried to kick that ball away. And then thumped off downfield by Gala. Back goes Luke Townsend. Can't take the ball cleanly on his own 22, but no knock on. Stephen Turnbull having a quick word with his assistant over on the far side. Well, they have decided it was a knock on, so mistake by Luke Townsend, and Gala now back in the attack with a scrum in the Melrose 22.
Yeah, interesting call there. I mean, I don't think either were particularly in a good position to make that decision, but at the end of the day they're better than we are at the back of the stand, and you know, he got the angle, so the good communication to get the decision, whether it's right or not, just the two of them will know. So it gives Gala a really good opportunity here if they can hold the scrum. They've been under a little bit of pressure. Certainly the last scrum Melrose were intent on trying to push them over, so Fraser Wilson at the back got a bit of time, so you know, an 8-9 here, if Melrose do go for the 8-man shove, it could really be useful for them.
So Gala scrum, it's just outside the 22. Well, we've got the scrum in and out at the first time of asking this time. It's good pressure by Jimmy Cool and Eddie Eyre, who just took too long to think about getting his pass away. still with Gala. Keeping things tight for now. Jamie Bell with the carry. Glenn McCrum with the clear out. And Gala now keeping it tight, just attacking round the fringes. The forwards picking and going. Making 2 or 3 metres inside the 22. Now Eddie Eyre out to John Turnbull. Another penalty. This time going to Melrose. The neck roll, I think.
Yeah, Robbie Irvin's just come in there to try and dislodge the Melrose jackler and just got him round the neck and rolled him over. Yeah, difficult one with those. Again, you've got that situation there where, when Jamie Bell went in there just now, he was hit high, but he was dipping, so they let go of that. You get that neck roll. It's dangerous, but again, it's how do you move the player that's on the jackal.
So from the penalty, Melrose take play back just into the Gala half, over on the other side of the field. So Melrose right flank, and the line out throw goes to Angus Runciman. Off the top out to Ayr, and it's quickly out into the midfield, and the hard running Alan Ferry taken down on the Gala 10 metre line, centre field. Luke Townsend out on the left. It's good interplay. Melrose have manufactured a bit of space down this left touchline, and a good carry by Connor Spence takes play up to the edges of the 22. Luke Townsend surrounded by Gala players as well to get the ball away to Struan Hutchison. It's still with Melrose. Jimmy Cool. Luke Townsend had to take that pass above his head, looking cool as ever, and a hint of a space round the side of the breakdown. Gala have closed the door there very quickly as Melrose carry just into the 22. Townsend again in behind the forwards, and there's space out again for Elliot Ruthman. And Ruthman taken down 2 or 3 metres inside the 22 now as Melrose just inch their way forward. Alan Ferry now.
What's that?
Big carry from the blindside flanker. Townsend, flat pass out into the midfield. That's a siding tackle by Gavin Fisher, the prop. Townsend again just pulling the strings here. Corey Goldsborough looking for space. Melrose going side to side, but still just stuck on the edge of that 22. As Will Ferry now with the carry. Gala defence just holding firm, strung across their own 22. Now some space for Alan Ferry, and he's through, and Alan Ferry will go in for the first try of the match. And it's been 16 minutes in coming, but the run by Ferry, the blindside flanker, and Melrose take the lead.
Yeah, Townsend's been looking for that all afternoon so far. He's trying to hit that flat pass across, and this time Ferry timed his run really well and just got through the tackle. I think it's possibly Angus Dunn, which is really unusual. But again, it was just that momentum that he had, which meant that Dunn was always just tackling with the end of his arm, and therefore didn't get the shoulder in there. And Ferry just rode the tackle. Goose stepped out of it, and he's not going to be stopped from about 15-18 metres out. So yeah, I think probably on the balance of play so far, Melrose just about deserved the lead. Gala had their opportunities early on, but Melrose have just kept hold of that ball that little bit better, and they've just looked that little bit more dangerous with runners coming off Townsend and also Struan Hutchison as well. So it'll be interesting to see how Gala get back down the other end, try and get a bit of ball, keep a hold of it, because they have looked dangerous when they've got the ball a little bit wider. And got one-on-ones, so we'll see what happens in the next 10 minutes or so.
Struan Hutchison adds the extra, so Melrose leading by 7 points to 0 after almost 18 minutes here at Netherdale. Elliot Ruthven and Alan Ferry, they're running some lovely lines, just angling slightly back in, and Harris Rutherford from the restart sends the ball back down into the 22, and
on body, not on the ball, on the body.
The right wing for Melrose with the catch. Melrose now just setting up here for the clearing kick. Jimmy Cool
must be bound or back.
Once again just feeding the ball back and sends it over the top. There's 5 Gala players waiting on this one, and they will just look for space back in behind. He was down the middle of the field, taken by Corey Goldsborough, his 22. I don't think he ever had any other thought than to run. Certainly a man to watch with ball in hand, and crawls his way up to the Melrose 10 metre line. There's numbers out in this left flank for Melrose. If they can get quick ball here, will they go to the right instead? And it's been knocked on by Robbie Irvin as he tried to intercept the ball. Melrose would have perhaps been better continuing to the left. Well, Melrose from the scrum midway between their 22 and 10 metre line, and quickly taking play up over halfway through Goldsborough and then Matty Bertram. Jimmy Cool, he thought he saw space in the left, just rushed his pass. That's been knocked on by Melrose.
Yeah, again, they're just getting that ball in space. Goldsborough's looking dangerous every time. He's looking to go on the outside shoulder. This time, Callum Pate, who's absolutely phenomenal in defence, tackling wise. But again, it's still he's going round the ankles, which is good. That's what they're looking for. But it gives him the opportunity. Matty Bertram had the opportunity to step inside and keep the ball alive.
Eddie Ayre to feed the scrum here. Scrums are a bit untidy at the start. Well, having said that one's just gone straight down. There's Stephen Turnbull come round to have a quick word with the assistant referee on this side. What are you seeing at the scrums, Iain, former referee?
Yeah, I'm just looking at Will Ferry. I'm not sure how much Will's played at prop, because I know he plays a lot of back row, but just his body angle. For me, he's starting to just slip and go in on the angle. There was one of the scrums earlier on that collapsed. It was clear that it just went straight in, but we'll see if he does it again. If there's any sense he won't, because Stevie Turnbull's standing right in front of him.
Had any sense he wouldn't be in there in the first place?
This is very true. Yes.
Wants to offer to play a bit of front row, but well, it goes down on this side, and Will Ferry wins the penalty.
Yeah, he was fine that time. Yeah, his body angle was really good. So again, he's done the right thing, and Kyle Scott did go to his knee first, so yeah, no issues with that.
So Will Ferry wins a penalty for his side, and Luke Townsend will put Melrose into the 22. Didn't have a great angle to work with there, so it's just inside the 22, but another good attacking opportunity for Melrose. They already lead by 7. What can they find from the line out here? They went very close on the last occasion with Ruthven's line.
Yeah, looking at the setup here, I'm sort of looking more towards, you've got Ruthven in at the scrum half position, so you're thinking more towards the drive.
Well, it's been taken in the middle and fed back to Ruthven.
Not change his mind.
Melrose, we've got 2 Gala players round on their side in the shape of Robbie Irvin and I think Kyle Scott, but they're still marching towards the line as Jimmy Cool fights to get the ball out to the midfield, and that's good interplay between the centres, but it was read well by the Gala centres, and Callum Pate with the tackle. It's flung out to Melrose right wing on the 22. In come the hands from Gala. Still with Melrose, back it comes to Ziverchek. It's a good carry by the tight head prop. Quick ball for Cool, who switches play again to Townsend. Thought about the pass, stabs in behind. This just about the bounce of the ball, and it comes up kindly into the hands of Gregor Collins, the left wing for Gala. So Gala now just trying to steady the ship, 8 metres or so out from their try line, way over on the far side. So they'll just do 1 or 2 carries to find a better angle for Harris Rutherford.
Focus on your job.
Rutherford has taken his place just directly behind the breakdown here. The Melrose defence set up, and they're making a real nuisance of themselves at the breakdown, and Melrose managed to turn that ball over. I think it's still with, well no, it is, well I think it had come back, it does, because it's in the hands of Jimmy Cool, but it's got there illegally.
First offence is by 10. First offence by 10, and then you.
You've got your opposition 6 metres from their own line. They're struggling to get the ball back, and one of the forwards has decided to put his hands in the ruck there. Just leave the ball alone, give them 20 metres, and now Harris Rutherford's got an opportunity which he's made a complete mess of, and unfortunately not made touch from a penalty.
So here come Melrose again. Stuart Hutchison out to Matty Bertram. Again cuts back in field, so Gala, their own worst enemy there, they had their chance. Harris Rutherford just need to put the ball out in touch, and suddenly they find themselves back in defensive mode again. And the ball almost finding its way into the hands of Connor Spence, looking dangerous, but the ball was knocked on. The offload there by one of the front row for Melrose.
Yeah, I think probably just as well that Melrose knocked on just now, because there was a very suspicious pass in midfield. I think possibly Darren Fish on the other side was signalling it, but Stephen didn't see it. But yeah, it's really frustrating. That a couple of really annoying pieces of play is that, as I say, you get a team 6 metres from their own line, you say, right, leave it, give them the ball, we'll get the ball back, probably the 22 metre line at the very worst, and then Melrose give away the penalty at the breakdown, and you think, Gala have got away with one there, and then they miss touch off the penalty, which, it's these are the little bits and pieces that frustrate the coaches, as I'm finding out quite considerably this year.
Irish Rutherford again, stationed directly behind the breakdown, way back in his 22. Instead, Eddie Eyre puts this one over the top. That doesn't go where it was intended, I don't think. And Goldsborough sighs his way through there, taken down by Pate. In there as well, Ben Gill.
No attempt for the ball.
It's still with Melrose and Jimmy Cool. Gala struggling to keep a hold of the ball. Ziverchek again with the carry. Townsend, flat pass to the forwards. The Gala defence up to the task for now, just strung across their own 10-metre line. The referee,
he's making an attempt to roll your players coming.
Catching Gala for not rolling away though at the breakdown, and they'll have another penalty. Well, no, it's a scrum in fact, as he decided that it was never going to be able to come out
there. Good piece of refereeing there actually. Callum Pate made a really good tackle, and with absolutely no opportunity to roll away, the Melrose player came in and just pinned them in. So it's good that Stephen saw that, so yeah, good again.
So another scrum. We're over on the far side of the pitch, about 15 metres in, and on the Gala 10-metre line. Scrum trying to apply pressure, but I think it's clear to see that Melrose have the upper hand at scrum time. It goes out to, it's Hamish Weir at first receiver there. Now they've created a bit of space, but it's a wild pass. I think the only thing that Corey Goldsborough has done wrong so far in the game is he tried to find Matty Bertram, sailed over the winger's head and straight into touch. Beeson, the Gala hooker, gets his instructions from Gavin Fisher at the front of the line out. 5 men in there for Gala. Bit of movement, they'll go to the back. It's a good throw off the top by Irvine down to Eddie Eyre. Rutherford just drops the ball off to one of the forwards, carrying hard into contact and back a bit deeper to Rutherford as Gala set up for the kick. And there's good distance on that. It's looking to make the hit through Gregor Collins. Melrose do well to deal with that through Hamish Weir. Winger over on the far side for Melrose. The wingers have switched jerseys but not sides, and Melrose trying to get the hands free, finding Angus Runciman, but the ball had gone forward.
Talk about his foot. I don't need you screaming for knock-ons over there. Thank you.
Melrose make the first change. I think that is Jack Dobie coming on.
That's time on.
In the front row, and that will be Will Ferry coming off. So, well, we've got a lot of changes that we can expect. Is it, 11 on the bench for Gala, 10 for Melrose, so it's half an hour into this one. Melrose 7, Gala 0.
That's certainly not going to weaken the Melrose scrum anyway.
You're right there. Dobie, very experienced, a strong scrummager on the loose head side. So, well, Gala holding firm there. That's actually Gala's best scrum of the match, is the skip pass out, disguised by Callum Pate, drops it off to Murray Wilson, the fullback. So Gala now the first bit of possession for what seems like a while. Angus Dunn, the captain. The referee playing an advantage, so Gala can roll the dice here. Back it goes to Pate, chips that ball over the top straight into the hands of Corey Goldsborough, so we'll come back for the penalty.
Yeah, offside there, Melrose in midfield, cutting down the space, so good to see that getting picked up, so we can get a bit of space. That's what we're looking for in the game. That and the tackler not rolling away are the two main killers, so it's good that he's picking that up.
Gala have set up with, what's that, 6+1. That's the captain Angus Dunn standing in there as the +1, which would suggest that they would like to drive this, taken cleanly at the back. Well, it fake maul as they play away. Dunn making the pass, and Gala make good ground from that. They're about 7 metres short now. Referee playing an advantage here for Gala, looking to get first points on the board. 5 minutes from half time.
It's not against you, it's against the previous player for not rolling.
Referee again catching Melrose not rolling away at the breakdown, so another penalty to Gala. Line out 5 metres from the Melrose line, taken by Irvine. They'll look to get this maul set and then apply the power. Now they're going towards that Melrose try line. This will be very difficult for Melrose to stop, piling in at the side. The referee happy with it. So Gala will have to play away through Richie Mitchell. It's a bit of a mess over there at the far side, and just about every Gala player bar Ben Gill you could throw a blanket over. So Gill's not going to see the ball, I don't think, any time soon as the Gala forwards go to work. Still 5 metres out from the Melrose try line. The troops massing here, the pick by Kyle Scott. Very close now, just a metre or so away. The referee's on the spot and wants a try to Gala. Powerful play by the Gala forwards, and it's Gala 5, Melrose 7.
Yeah, it's all that could happen, because obviously there was, as you said, Bruce, there was no backs out there, but you know, there's a couple of really good nuggety guys in there. So Kyle Scott made a little break there, and the try was scored by Jack Eason, the hooker. So you know, both of these guys have the ability to just put that little bump in, stay on their feet and move that extra yard or two, and especially that close to the line, and then just a little nudge from behind as well. That makes a big difference.
It's taken 36 minutes for Gala to get themselves on the scoreboard. It's a good conversion, and it's all square here at Netherdale, 7 apiece. It's certainly been very competitive, and as you see, Iain, 7-all seems about fair at this stage. Gala and Rutherford, well, he thought about the kick, but looks for space, now gets the hands free. That's a lovely play by Harris Rutherford. Hint of a high tackle there, but play goes on, away goes Jamie Bell. Looking now for support. It's a big tackle, Bell now. It's good work. Did well on the floor, gets that ball presented nicely and allows Gala to play at pace now. And it's the new man, Jordan Corrie. Tackle just inside the Melrose 22. So can Gala strike twice in quick succession here? Crowd getting themselves right into this one.
I'd release, please, 12.
Stand filled. 100 or 200 people probably over on the far side of the pitch as well, enjoying this fixture.
Ball's available. He's moved.
Gala through the forwards, and Fraser Wilson losing 2 or 3 metres here, but still in possession, Gala. And then John Turnbull accelerates into contact, loses the ball though. Solid defence by Melrose. It's still Jimmy Cool. He's got a new man beside him, Richie Mitchell. It's confusing me wearing 9s. I think they've just swapped their jerseys, but it is a different man. Eddie Ayre starting at 9 for Gala, replaced by Richie Mitchell. And Gala coming away with this one. Out it goes to Ben Gill on the right wing. So Gala with perhaps the last chance of this first half, and there's the man, Jamie Bell, who set up the position with a wonderful run from his own half originally, the open side flanker. And then Kyle Scott hit hard in the tackle, but Gala once again on the attack and having the better of the closing stages of this first half. Rutherford to Turnbull, centres combining. It's a wild pass by Callum Pate, couldn't be taken by Gregor Collins. Ball knocked on by the Gala winger. And with that, the referee Stephen Turnbull blows for half time at the end of a very entertaining first half of rugby, and it's all square at half time. It's Gala 7, Melrose 7. Reminder that wearing 9 for Gala, it was Eddie Ayre, it's now Richie Mitchell. Quickly swapped jerseys at the side, I think. Mitchell coming on around about half an hour into the game. Harris Rutherford, as we mentioned, plying his trade over in America with San Diego, has slotted back into that Gala number 10 jersey with aplomb. He had a very impressive first half, and his first job in the second half will be to kick the ball. I think, is he going to go high here? It's a free kick, so he might opt to go to touch, but no, just taking a quick tap, and he'll send this one as high as he can into the Netherdale skies. And well, that wasn't claimed by anybody in yellow, but it does bounce up fortunately for Melrose. It's Melrose in possession from that high kick, from the free kick from Rutherford, and they've got space. The Gala defence all flooding across towards this side, and Melrose have spotted it, and they've raced away down that far touchline. It's a good break up over halfway by the Melrose front row, and then Ziverchek. There's both props involved there, Dobie and Ziverchek. Dobie on for Ferry in the first half, and Melrose quickly switched play across to Elliot Ruthven, the strong running number 8, charging into Gala defence, stopped eventually just short of the Gala 22. So Gala strung across their own 22 metre line. Out it goes to Townsend, and he just throws one of those flat passes once again out to his forwards in the midfield. The referee playing an advantage to Melrose so they can roll the dice here. Townsend wrapping round the corner. Up they go into the 22 through Jack Wilkes. I've not seen too much of him with ball in hand, the number 7. So the referee still playing an advantage. A gap round the side of the breakdown as away goes Jimmy Cool. The scrum half dragged down 10 metres short of the Gala try line. Side entry by Melrose, will come back for the penalty.
Yeah, couple of little good breaks there. Ruthven took the ball really quick at a pace there just now and burst through a couple of tackles, and then they had a really good opportunity with the ball going out from Townsend to Wilkes, who'd spotted the gap, and then Gala obviously coming in, possibly coming in from the side or not rolling away. Again, Jimmy Cole there, again, that's the second or third time today that he's spotted that little gap around the breakdown. Gala just a little bit slow to get in the back or get their guard in there at the side of the ruck, and he's made a few good yards from that today. So Melrose line out, looking at the situation, got pretty much a full line out, so you're thinking this is going to be catch and drive, I would think.
You would think. Logan Kirk goes to the middle. Well, it was challenged by Gala but taken down cleanly by Melrose, and again they're well set, driving towards the line here. Gala piling in, trying to stop this. The referee's on the spot. It goes down, I think, just short of the line, but it's still with Melrose. Options both ways, but the referee not happy with that, so we'll come back for another Melrose penalty, but the visitors going very close 3 minutes into the second half. Logan Kirk, who was accurate with his last throw, first couple of lineouts of the game going astray for Melrose. Commentators curse, as does that one. So it's come back on the Gala side. Gala survive as Richie Mitchell uses the forwards, setting up a better angle for Rutherford, again stationed directly behind the ruck here. I wonder if Richie Mitchell will take on kicking duties himself. He does indeed. Well, that wasn't the straightest of throws to the front of the line out, but taken by Angus Weir, so Melrose back on the attack again. That's a lovely ball back inside by Jimmy Cool to Matty Bertram. Strong running by the Melrose right wing and close to the breakdown. Then Jack Dobie striding his way into the 22. Melrose 15 metres or so short. Tried to find Ziverchek. Knocked on by the prop. Hacked off downfield. That's a foot race now. 2 Gala players, 3 for Melrose. And it's won by Hamish Weir back for Melrose. Good work by the left wing. And then Elliot Ruthven, who's carried hard at number 8, but he's taken down, and a good tackle by Sam Smith on for Gala in the pack. But there's space over on the far side, and Fraser Wilson will be feeling a bit alone out there, the Gala number 8. If the Melrose passing had been a bit slicker there, they had created an opportunity. The referee, I think, playing an advantage. Knock on, still with Melrose, I think still with an advantage. Melrose just managing to get that Gala defence out of shape a little at times. There's Corey Goldsborough. He's done well to get the ball out to Elliot Ruthven again. The number 8 chopped down once again by Sam Smith. And perhaps you'll hear the cheer from the crowd over our microphones. About 6 metres out. He's got plenty of options in that line out. Goes long, taken down well, handed back to Sam Smith. And again, the crowd noise just lifts a decibel or two, but that's defended well by Melrose. Goes to deck. The referee again having a close look here, and well, an almost identical position from a similar one in the first half when I think it was Gala won the turnover. This time Melrose won the turnover.
Be interested to see if they try and go catch and drive again, or whether they try and mix it up a little bit. Maybe Sam Smith will peel off the back and throw out to John Turnbull at 12 if he's still on.
Well, they go along to I think that is Robbie Irvin is still on there in the 4 jersey, takes the ball cleanly. Well, Gallard very well set here, driving, powering forward over the try line. Referee's on the spot, awards the try. Gala take the lead. Try scorer is Jack Eason, his second try.
It's on the line. It's on the line. It's on the line. The ball is on the line. It's a try.
They just got the drive on there. They got a soft spot in the Melrose back, the back of the line out there, and that's the big difference. The one that was across on the stand side a couple of minutes ago, they hit a strong part of the Melrose line out, and that's got the weak part there. So it makes it so much easier. And then when they've got that little bit of power through Eason and Fisher and the rest of the pack behind them, and thoroughly deserved score there.
It was struck nicely by Russell Kerr, raises the flags, and it's Gala 14, Melrose 7 with 13 minutes played of the second half here at Netherdale. Lachlan Johnston sends that ball over the top, again just a bit too far, 4 at the back for Melrose. And they just send that ball back, finding space. That's 50-22 and the Cards rolls end over end into touch. That's a brilliant kick for Melrose as they look to bounce back from the line out. And Will Owen, I think, the man to throw. Hesitated there, there's a lot of movement in the line out. Referee happy with that. Angus Runciman, the captain, takes it, and Melrose again piling into this maul, marching towards the Gala try line. Referee playing an advantage. Gala eventually managed to repel the maul. Gala have got it, Melrose, sorry, have got it moving again, crabbing across towards the touchline. They do well, in fact, to change direction, bring it back into the field of play. Eagle-eyed referee on the spot, and up goes the arm. Melrose do manage to strike from the line out.
Yeah, I think it was Will Ferry.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. But when were you ever wrong, Iain? Referee, of course. Powerful drive from the line out. Up go the flags. It's all square again here. 14 points apiece. 16 minutes played in the second half. It's taken by Hutchison on his 10-metre line. See space in behind. That's a well-weighted kick by the inside centre. Can't be taken cleanly by Ben Gill. Still hacked on by Hutchison. On the spot is Evan Davis. The man without a number did well to get there, win the ball for Melrose as they look to score 2 quick-fire tries. Levelled things here at Netherdale. Now on the attack once again. 4 or 5 metres short, quick ball. Out it comes, it's a looping pass, but taken well as the Melrose forwards keep things tight for now. Options both ways here for Melrose. Play centre field right in front of the posts. Pick and go, keeping things close to the fringes. Gala just being sucked in closer and closer. Referee playing an advantage. Pick and go again. Melrose stopped just inches short of the try line. Piling in to try and win possession. Well, Melrose players fighting their way through. Gala slipping off tackles. And Melrose do go in. That's 2 tries in the space of 2 minutes. And I think that might be the other Ferry. Could be Alan Ferry.
Yeah, I mean, Gala were absolutely the architects of their own downfall there. You know, there was a fairly aimless kick from Stuart Hutchison that Fraser Wilson let go. And that's Melrose's third try to take them out to 19-14 with a fairly simple conversion for Hutchison. So you'd expect 21-14 sort of halfway through the second half.
Yes, was never in doubt, that conversion attempt. Hutchison gets that one through between the uprights, extend the Melrose lead out to 21 points to 14. Jack Eason throw into this line out, 6 men in there. Once again, Sam Smith standing as the +1. And it goes. So Gala will look to drive this one. It's in the hands of Smith, fed back to Eason. Gala have to break away. The Melrose defence at these line-out mauls has been pretty good, it has to be said. Ball goes to deck. It's going to come back though, so play will go on. We'll just have to play away, keep things tight again through the forwards. Melrose defence well organised, strung across their own 5-metre line. That's a good strong carry as the forwards come round the corner, led by Richie Todd. In the Melrose defence coming forward though, aggressively scything down Todd. And now it's the number 8 Fraser Wilson. Aggressive once more by Melrose. Gala struggling to make any headway into the teeth of this defence. Slow ball here for Lachlan Johnston, having to dig into the breakdown for it. Out it goes, and it's quick hands by Russell Kerr to shift that one on very quickly under pressure. Gala will lose another metre or two. That's a powerful carry. Now they just look to go round the side, attack round the fringes. Melrose defence very well organised. Slipping off a tackle there though. Gala now with Angus Dunn angling out. That's a strong carry by the captain. In goes Sam Smith to secure possession. Lachlan Johnston, again it's a bit slow. Out to Russell Kerr. Once more just shifts the ball on to Murray Wilson. Cuts back infield looking for space, but there's no space to be found in that Melrose defence for now. Very well organised. Now it's Callum Pate, gets the hand free out the tackle, tried to find his winger. The referee, well, he allowed play to go on, had a quick word with his assistant referee as Gala raced through a gap, but I think the ball knocked on and will come back for a scrum.
Yeah, definitely knock on there. Again, it was good play there by Pate to get the ball away. Wasn't the greatest of passes because he was under pressure, and Richie Mitchell just wasn't able to hang on to that just now. You know, it's that unfortunate situation where the ball's dropping. You might be better just, you know, letting it drop, picking it up, and just keeping hold of possession. But you always want to try and get hold of it. I think Gala have really got to take an opportunity here. The scrum's against them, it's not their scrum, so just try and make sure you hold into this. Don't give Melrose an easy penalty, make them either play away or just kick down and then just retain possession or get possession back after that. This is the one where don't be silly, don't give anything silly away, and then get the opportunity to potentially get some ball off the back of Melrose exiting from this particular situation. Yeah, unfortunately it's again, I think this is the big issue for looking at the scores today. Melrose are bringing on probably first 15 props. Gala, their strength and depth in the front row is nowhere near as good as Melrose is, and unfortunately they've given that penalty away, which then means it gives Stuart Hutchins an easy kick to touch and a line out which they can now play off.
Referee happy with the line there, just making sure that the metre gap was in place, just pushing Gala back a bit, taken cleanly by Melrose from the throw. Driving forward, it's in the hands of Willowen, the replacement hooker. Eventually playing away out to Angus Common, former Kelso player. It's a good quick ball. Gala defence well organised over there, but slipping off tackles. Corey Goldsborough, who had an electric first half. We're not seeing quite so much of him in this second half, but managing to find a way through. And then the ball kicked off, but downfield. Hear from the cheers of the crowd, far too much on that one, so we'll come back all the way to what's the Melrose 10 metre line for the throw just down in front of us. So mistake, hands the ball back to Gala. Still a good attacking position, 40 out from the Melrose try line. Yeah,
unusual unforced there from Stuart Hutchison. Melrose had the momentum off the back of that driving line out, and a couple of phases of play, and then it was just knock it down there, put Gala under pressure. Now come back to a situation where Gala have got a line out on the Melrose 10 metre line with opportunity to attack.
So Richie Todd, replacement hooker, have to be accurate here. I think Melrose will look to challenge this bit of movement, but they'll go to the back. That's a good throw, but up go Melrose. Won that, it's come back into the hands of Todd and then tidied up by Craig Keddy. Flirting with the touchline there, but stays in the field of play. That's good quick hands there by Robbie Irvine. The second row, Lachlan Johnson thinks he spots a gap round the side of the breakdown. Cries from the crowd of high tackle. Referee says play on. And in comes Richie Mitchell. Has to play scrum half with Lachlan Johnson caught in there. It's another big tackle by Melrose. In come the hands, trying to turn that over. The referee says it's illegal though. So Gala with a chance to play away. So just a bit untidy here for Gala, looking a bit out of shape and attack Gavin Fisher. They might prefer to get the penalty. Yeah, the referee not happy with that, so we'll come back for the penalty. High tackle. We'll throw into the line out here. It was pinched his last throw. He went too far to keep things here simple. Keep things simple here, and they do indeed. Craig Keddy, good line out option in the middle, takes it down. Tried to feed the ball back. It looked like Keddy had got a bit twisted there. Good defence again at the maul by Melrose, breaking that one up, but Gala do well to keep a hold of possession, take it to Dex. They'll have to play away. Johnston out to Murray Wilson, the fullback in at first receiver. That's a good carry by Wilson, and again the referee playing an advantage here. So Gala, Craig Keddy rolling through contact, 6 metres short, accelerating into defence there. Angus Dunn, the captain. A great opportunity for Gala, trailing by 7 points, 14 points to 21, 7 left to play, ball goes loose. Still with Gala. No, the referee will come back. He's going into his pocket here, produces a yellow card.
It was always high for me, always high. Always high, and he's made contact. He's made contact.
Ball carrier's dipping down late. My tackle's already set.
No, for me, there's not enough mitigation on the dip. There's not enough mitigation on the dip, okay? So high tackle, it was always high.
Ferry, I think it is.
Yeah, so Jacob Moore now into the back row of the scrum. Away they go through Russell Kerr, trying to find a space, but he's driven back. Gala losing a bit of ground here, but crucially for them, still in possession. Richie Mitchell has to go in again, and well, he is wearing number 9, but playing scrum half. He and Lachlan Johnston fighting over who will go in and clear the ruck there. Johnston back in place at scrum half. Third scrum half of the day for Gala. Ball out the back by Murray Wilson. Gala just trying to find spaces in this very well organised Melrose defence. Inside ball looked suspiciously forward, but the referee on the spot says that's okay. Still with Gala inside the 22. Play over on the far side of the pitch, about 10 metres in from Gala's right touchline. Again keeping things tight through Sam Smith, hurtling into contact. Lachlan Johnston has found space down that right touchline into the hands of Ben Gill. The wingers stopped 7 or 8 metres away. Forwards in maroon go to work again out to the number 8, Fraser Wilson. Still in the field of play alongside Craig Carey. Wilson has shifted onto the flank. Gala keeping things tight for now. Melrose defence not getting too narrow. It's a nice line by Murray Wilson. The fullback tries to spin his way into contact. Ball still there for Gala. 2 metres or so short now. Melrose closing the door. But under the cosh here, can Gala level affairs as the clock ticks down? This time it's Jacob Moore with the carry. He's over the try line. Referee on the spot.
Let it come.
Having a close look at that. Just inches short. Gala, will they pick and go? There's numbers out to the left.
Don't shout at me. I'm seeing your player. It's unplayable. Thank you.
So no score for Gala, but they will have another opportunity from the scrum. Tense in the closing stages here, Iain.
Yes, Jacob Moore's done a couple of really good carries there as Kyle Scott comes back on to anchor the Gala scrum at tight head. Yeah, a couple of good carries there. Really close. Again, it's that difficult decision for the person, the ball carrier. Do you go for the line, or do you set up and then get quick ball and go again? And I think sometimes if you go for the line, you can just get held up, and it slows things down because you're not in control of the contact. Interested to see what they do at the back of the scrum. Russell Kerr in there, Murray Wilson at the back, right in behind him as well.
Well, if anything, Melrose are a little bit short of numbers over on this side. If Gala, they've got 2 men stationed 10 and 15 directly behind the scrum, could flood either way. That's a good Gala scrum. It's broken up a bit, referee playing advantage. Yes, deliberately wheeled by Melrose. I assume Gala will just call for another scrum.
Gala have confused things now. We're putting 2 15s on. Cameron Bryden's on the far side. I'm looking at the 15 behind, and Gala take it quick on the tap penalty.
Yes, we'll come back to the 2 number 15s in a second. Lachlan Johnston, well, he steps back and just allows his forwards to go to work. Gavin Fisher driven back by Melrose defence. If Gala are going to get back into this one, they really have to strike now. Craig Carey makes another metre or 2 for Gala. They're very close here. The referee having a look. Slow ball, look to just pick and go again as in comes Kyle Scott, just back in the field of play, just to drive his teammate over the line. See the ball on the ground there. Now they pull the trigger, out it goes, bounces up for Ben Gill. He gets the hands free, tries to shovel the ball out to Richie Mitchell. Ball goes into touch, chance goes a begging for Gala. A Melrose line out 10 metres from their try line, so Gala losing their opportunity. They'll be desperate to try and win possession back. The clock just about ticking over the 40-minute mark here. We're not sure just how long is left to play, much stoppage time there is. Gala trying to challenge that through Craig Carey, but Melrose secure at the front. Just look to calm things down, go through phases, eat up the clock. As Goldsborough goes into contact, that's Sam Smith in there trying to turn that into a maul. He's really been impressive, Sam Smith, since coming on for Gala. For me, that is a maul, and the referee agrees, and Gala do get their chance.
Great work for Sam Smith there, and then obviously I think it was Fraser Wilson as well who identified that he was being held up and went in and just helped his mate out there. Yeah, Sam Smith's been impressive this season. I know when he played against Jed, he was absolutely superb. He's been sort of bubbling around seconds, and he just seems to have kicked on a little bit this year. He's just all action, and he's got a bit of power, and when you put him alongside Craig Eddy and Angus Dunn, it becomes a very, very useful back row for Gala.
Richie Todd at hooker, and it comes from Johnston. It's a good solid scrum. Craig Carey might be forced to pick up. That's great play by the number 8, and away goes Johnson, finds Mitchell, heading for the corner, cuts back infield, taken down the left wing, 5 metres or so short. Can Gala capitalise on this? Craig Carey in there acting as first receiver. So Gala then, 42 minutes on the clock, 7 points the difference between the two teams. How they would dearly love a score under the posts here. And the Gala forwards again keeping things tight. Out to Richie Todd, hit hard on the tackle. Still with Gala 4 metres or so away from that try line. Craig Kerry again reversing into contact. It's been picked up by Melrose, thumped into touch. Referee blows for full time. The Melrose defence holding firm, and Melrose it is who win for the 9th time in the Waverley Cup. Clinging on at the end, Gala hammering away at the door, but the Melrose defence, which has been impressive for the whole game, coming up trumps at the end. It finishes Gala 14, Melrose 21.
So Melrose remain holders of the Waverley Cup after a 21-14 victory over Gala here at Netherdale. Remember, you can catch us every Saturday on Borders Rugby Radio, where we bring you live commentary and updates of the matches around Scotland. But for now, we wish you all a very happy new year. See you soon.